said, child, there's only one thing you can do. Don't worry about nothing.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're out here working on the boat. We're going to be giving you a little montage of the speaker install. If you have not seen the unboxing video of what we're actually installing, top right corner, I'll stick the link up there. Make sure you go check it out. I gave some sneak peeks on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go do so. I'll put the link somewhere in here as well. We are getting the speakers installed. They're already mounted. We're going to do some trimming. We have the amp and we're going to do the wiring. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys. Let's hop in and get to it. This is what the speakers are looking like so far. From the back, get a little better angle. The mounting brackets for these are pretty long. Once we get everything wired, mounted, just like we like them, we're gonna get a little cutoff wheel. We're gonna trim all these off so you don't see them. Everything is stainless, so we're not gonna have to deal with any rust whatsoever. What our goal is we are going to run the wires from the terminals, drill a hole, run them down the back tube, and there's actually a hole already, and then we're actually gonna drill a hole in the boat and the wires will come through here. I've taken the rear board out that normally sits right in here, and the batteries sitting here. We're rearranging the batteries because we're doing the dual battery setup. Now you may be wondering how I'm going to power the amp on and off, because there's no head unit in this boat. We are gonna have to run a wire from the amp, which is gonna be a remote wire, which once I get it installed, I'll show you. There will be one wire that we have to run from the amp to the front fuse panel. We've punched a little pinhole there so our drill bit doesn't slip. The holes have been drilled, and we're going to protect our wires using these grommets, these rubber grommets. You'll need to take the coat hanger from the bottom and go up because it's hard to hit this hole if you go down. So take the coat hanger, push it up through that factory hole, come up, and then you can use a pair of needle nose pliers. I just used a little flat bladed screwdriver, reach down in there and pop it out. So here we are so far. I have the grommet in. That was a little tough to fit in. I'm using a 3/8 drill bit. Do the same thing down here. I'll stick a grommet around this one as well. Stay really close to this because it's solid here, but it's not here. So that wire goes up to the stock hole. So now I'm going to do this side, get it done. We already have the hole here. We'll get it pulled through, then we'll drill here. We put the grommets on the bottom. These are the grommets I'm using. I did trim the other. This is very thick, so you can't do a normal grommet like we did above. I trimmed the bottom off, and I actually split it and put it on after. So there is a gap back here where I wrapped it around, and then I still used a flat bladed screwdriver to shut it down. And we have our wiggle room for lowering and raising the rack. Alrighty, welcome back. This is day 2 or 3. I haven't been really working on it too much. I have the styrofoam back in. I vacuumed everything out. We're gonna get the wood cover mounted back in. We're gonna get the amp on it and start hooking some stuff up. The white cables, those are our speaker wires. One that goes straight up, of course. And then we have the other one that runs across the back. I can access the wires and I can access the tuning of the amp. Our power wire and our speaker wires for the motor and the speakers all comes through there, which is the factory spot. The battery box we're gonna move. We're gonna adjust those once we get both batteries in. Alrighty, so we're going to plug the speakers in next. You saw yesterday we have the grommets. We've drilled our hole. We went down to the boat. This will be wire loomed black, so you won't see the white. We have a grommet as well. The amp is a Bluetooth amp. Because of that, you need the middle blue one, which is going to be your remote, which basically when this amp senses power, it turns on, which we have wired to our accessory switch, which also turns on our 12 volt. The only wire that we have going from the back to the front is the blue one that you can kind of see laying up there. And then my switch actually has a power, ground, and accessory section. So I have the power and ground running to the fuse block. The yellow is your negative box on the right, the silver part. And then we've added a new fuse, and that's the power cable right there. Our accessory, you see it's red and blue, which is in the middle position. That is running one to our 12 volt, and the second one, the amp. On, there's our light, there's our light. Alrighty guys, we have everything done, everything wrapped up. It works great. We need to adjust some things on the amp to get it as loud as it can be, but we have the wire loom on, everything's wired, everything's done, everything's bolted, except the battery, because we are doing the add a battery. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. But I'll show you a close-up of all the wiring once more, and turn it on, let you hear it. Alrighty, so from the speakers, everything is plugged in. We do see a little bit of white there, but we have the wire loom, the same on this side. It's about the same length, maybe a little shorter. As we come down, there is the bottom. Looks real nice. As we fold this down, everything stays perfect. We are not rubbing. We have plenty of length once again in the cables. Speakers do not hit anything, do not rub anything. And as they go up, everything fits perfect. This is where we have mounted the amp, so we're in the back right compartment. Once again, your red and black go to your fuse panel in the front. We have the big black ones that are to the motor, and then the blue and the black and white go to the amp. Everything is nice and clean. Everything's stuffed back in there as much as possible. I'll clean up a little more once we get the second battery. The big fuse for the amp is right there. We got everything put back together and hidden. So there you guys go. That is the wiring. It can get a little in depth based off what you do. I have some amp tuning to do, but for now, I'm gonna leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed, hope this helps somebody. There are very few elements with wave speakers, maybe one or two. So if you have any and you know of anybody that has any, link it down below, send me some pictures. Otherwise, we'll leave you there. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.